Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports. This is our daily show. We're here to talk about the NBA play-in tournament for the Eastern Conference on April 17th, Wednesday. It should be good. We've got, like the Prize Picks is totally on top of this right now. These are not as juicy of plays as we were hoping, but we do have 4 plays that we like, and I think that we'll get some more value closer to game time. But right now, it's a tight board. But before we get into these plays, if you haven't signed up for Prize Picks yet, just use the promo code at the bottom of the screen. They're going to match your first deposit. And if you sign up for Underdog, if you haven't yet, use code BACKDOOR. Prize Picks, use the code at the bottom of the screen because we haven't gotten, an affiliate deal with them yet to where we have our own code. So you just got to put in that code for now if you want the deposit match. But for Underdog, just use code BACKDOOR. We've been partnered with them, so you're going to get a deposit match and you're going to get instant pick'em specials with Underdog. They're giving all of our viewers with your first-time deposit, you get your deposit match. You get a couple discounted plays to play that'll be unique to you, which is nice. So it's in addition to whatever they're going to give you on the platform for the plan, they probably have some specials. So these are the plays we're going with. And yeah, once again, like the link to both of those, if you're looking to sign up, is in the link in the description of the video. Just don't forget code BACKDOOR for Underdog. All right, so for Prize Picks, I like Clint Capela over 1.5 dunks. If you're not new to the channel, you know that I take this almost every opportunity I can because Capela is usually cashing this, but especially against Chicago, it's a really good matchup for him. And then on Underdog, they did not have the dunk prop, so I'm taking his double-double on Underdog. Feel really good about that too. And then my other play is going to be Haywood Highsmith. I like him for over 4.5 points, given the situation with some of the injuries. We'll get into all that, but I'm getting him at 4.5 points on both Prize Picks and Underdog. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so on Prize Picks, I'm taking Tyrese Maxey for over 19 field goal attempts. And then on both apps, I'm taking I'm taking Tyrese Maxey's points on Underdog because they don't have his field goal attempts over there. And then on both apps, I'm just taking Kobe White's points over 19.5.
All right. Cool. Well, before we break these down, if you guys haven't signed up for the DFS optimizer from Daily Grind, you're totally missing out. I know some people talk about the cost for these tools, but these tools will make you more money. It's just that simple. One cashed slip covers, the overhead for stuff like Outlier and Daily Grind. But if you're hitting more often, they're essentially just paying for themselves. The nice thing about Daily Grind is since we partnered up with them, they're giving all of our viewers 25% off when you use code BACKDOOR. You can go to dgfantasy.com or there's a link in the description of the video. Just throw that code in, BACKDOOR, one word, and they're going to give you 25% off. And the DFS optimizer is worth every penny. Like, I would not want to do what we do without these tools. They're crucial to what we do. So definitely take advantage of that. If you want to step up your game, if you want to be cashing more often, you just got to invest a little bit. You got to get yourself some tools because these videos are good. Us and other channels, shout out Skywalker and Sharp Bets, all these guys that we're friends with. They're all putting out great picks and they're using these tools. But the best way to capitalize is if you have the tool yourself, so you can get the real value right before game time. You're not waiting on a video to drop. Because some of these plays are gone in 5 minutes, no joke, like that quick, they'll get off the board, but those are the juiciest. So take advantage of that when you can afford it. Just get yourself on the optimizer and see for yourself, just put aside some money for it, use the code, get your 25% off, and then give yourself a month. If you cash one from the plays on there, that's covering your investment right there. All right, so let's talk about Clint Capela. All right, so we have a 222.5 over under. Bulls favored by 3. Man, I just get so giddy this time of year. I say it every time I go to this screen. It's always when I go to looking at the over unders, I get all excited for these matchups, but should be a great game. Again, just like the West, for the East, it's like, wow, you're looking at 4 teams and only 2 of them are going to make the playoffs. It's pretty wild because all 4 of these teams, I'd like to see how far they could go. So it's going to be exciting to see how this plays out. Anyways, let's get into actual play. So let's talk about Capela dunks first on Prize Picks. So when we're looking at what he's done in his last 5, he's only cleared this 2 out of his last 5. He has that recent game against the Charlotte Hornets where he went for 4. We know how capable he is of this. He's averaging 28.5 minutes a game, 1.4 fouls. We still have Nkonkwo out, so his minutes should be good between him and what's his name, like Fernando or something like that. No Jalen Johnson still, Nkonkwo out. So he should at least get his typical 28 minutes. He might even break over that 30 mark since it's such an important game. But look at this head-to-head. It is just beautiful. 4 out of his last 5 games, he's crushed this for 3 or more. Day after Christmas last year, he went for 5 dunks. So, I mean, some of these are going way back to 2022, so that's not as relevant. But if you look at the last game of last year, he went for 5. If you look at what he did just on April 1st, he went for 3. This is an important game. I think he's going to play with a lot of aggression. I like him to get at least 2 dunks. This is not on the optimizer. They don't cover stuff like the dunk props and double-doubles. But let's talk about the double-double on Underdog, since they don't have the dunk props. So he's gotten double-double. I mean, this is a pretty... If you think Clint Capela can't get at least 10 points and 10 rebounds, you haven't been watching him much. He's gone over this 4 out of his last 5. Let's see, 6 out of his last 10, 14 of his last 20. So he's well over that 50% mark. His last 5, he didn't get it done a lot. But yeah, head-to-head, 4 out of his last times he's played them, he's gone for a double-double. So I'm feeling good about this. If you look at his matchup specifically to, actually, I don't even think I've talked about the matchup yet. I'm not going to break down the matchup too much because I don't really want to make this longer than it needs to be. But averaging 29 minutes a game versus the Bulls, 1.8 potential assists. We know assists aren't a big part of his game, but 15.8 rebound chances per game. And you know what? I will go ahead and just quickly, let's look at his points and rebounds since that's the most likely. So yeah, he's gone over this 4 out of his last 5 matchups against them. And the matchup is not that scary. They're just a little bit above average. 13th in points allowed to centers, 11th in rebounds allowed. But again, I think this is going to be really aggressive performance. Capela looks good. He looks like, honestly, maybe in the best shape of his life. He looks a lot lighter on his feet, but still has that strength, in the paint. So I'm feeling good about this play on the dunks and the double-double. If they had the dunks on Underdog, I would just take that. But let's talk about Haywood Highsmith now. All right, so this game's going to be interesting. 208 over under. We've got the 76ers favored by 5.5. We have Embiid game time decision. He was a part of the shoot around this morning, so he should be good to go. I don't think they're going to sit him in an elimination game or a potential elimination game. I mean, they could. It's not an elimination game for them, but they, it's one step closer to being eliminated if they lose this game. So if we look at Haywood, though, over his last 5, he's cleared this points line of 4.5. 3 out of the last 5. His most recent against Toronto on the 14th, he went for 5 points. He's just shown out in the head-to-head, though. I know that this is not the same situation, but we also have Duncan Robinson game time decision. Terry Rozier is out. If Duncan happens to not play, Duncan hasn't been playing a lot lately, anyways. Dealing with his back situation. But I think that Haywood can get us 5 points in this game. He's averaging 25.9 minutes over the last 5 games, 2.2 fouls, not getting in foul trouble, shooting 50% from the field. He's just not taking that many shots, 4.8 attempts per game. So I think he can get 5 points for us. If Duncan's out, this line is going to get bumped up if he's confirmed out. So we'll see. I hope Duncan does play, not for the sake of this prop, just for the sake of good basketball. I like Duncan Robinson. But let's look at the matchup specifically. 14th in points allowed. So Philly is like middle of the road with points allowed to small forwards. And once again, if Duncan's out, I think that I like this whether he's in or out, especially if you look at his history. He just tends to go off against the 76ers, 3 straight games of 10 points or more in the head-to-head matchup. So feeling good about that. And that's at the same line on Prize Picks and Underdog. If we take a look at the DFS optimizer, they've got this favored to go over. It's kind of a 50-50 shot in their eyes, but they do have it leaning a little bit towards the over at 50.05% odds to hit. They have it at a minus 118. And we've got mixed emotions here. We got BetMGM favoring it to the under. And DraftKings has it at a minus 125 to go over. We've got some other minus 120. So a little bit of a mixed bag here. But again, I told you guys, this is a tough board today. So go with your gut. If there's any of these you don't like, just fade them. But that's going to cover my two. If you're interested in checking out this app Outlier, we were telling you how important it is to have these kind of tools in your bag. They're giving all of our viewers just a free trial. So go through the link in the description of the video. They're going to give you 7 days to use this and see how you like it. And I think it'll speak for itself. I think you're going to love it. So, all right, Jordy, I'm passing it over to you now, bro.
All right. Yeah. So I'm going to be talking about Tyrese Maxey first. I like his field goal attempts over in this matchup here on Prize Picks. He's like steadily grown in this number, which is kind of hilarious because it looks just like a climbing ladder. But I mean, I don't think he's gonna go for like 27 and keep this thing going up by any means, but I think he'll definitely get over 19. He's gone over this in 12 out of his last 20 games. He's pushed it twice, but in a game of this magnitude, like you could see, like against San Antonio, he had like 41 field goal attempts. I don't think he'll go that crazy, but I think he'll get in the 25-26 range, no problem. I think he's gonna have to. I think they're gonna play 35 minutes. Maybe he'll probably play 40 minutes, honestly. Like the way he plays, like you can see over the last couple games, he's gone for 40 minutes, 41, 44, 43, 42. And I mean, why would they stop in like the biggest game of the year for them? So I think he'll definitely get like a big minute share tonight, and I think he'll definitely clear this line over 19. There's no real odds on this one because it's just field goal attempts. It's just a line that Prize Picks has out. So this is kind of just like a not like a gut play because he's gone over it 40 out of 70 times this year. So I feel great about the play in general. But honestly, like if you had to put an odd on it, I'd put like a 125 on it, minus 125 just to be in the safe range. But I feel great about this play. I'm definitely going to be playing it. And then when it comes to underdog, I'm just taking the straight up points because they don't have this line for Maxey. Or else I'd take it over here as well. So yeah, go with your gut, obviously, on what you want to take of Maxey's. But if you look at his points on Daily Grind, his points are juiced to go over at a 52.17% chance and a minus 127. So I feel good about his points as well. If you guys like his points, assists, if you want a little bit of everything, that's his most juiced play, or his rebounds. But I just like just the points because you never know. Like Embiid does assist the ball well, and they're probably going to be playing Kyle Lowry tonight. So who knows? We'll see how it goes. But I like just his straight up scoring tonight, so I'm just going to play it safe with that. After getting burned by every play that I thought was going to work yesterday, I kind of wanted to play it safe a little bit today. But my next one is going to be Kobe White. Same thing with him. I'm just taking the straight up scoring for Kobe. If we look at what he's been doing, he's had a little bit of a streaky last couple games here over the last stretch of the season, but he has gone over this 37 out of 79 games. I think just with how big this game is going to be and how good of a matchup it is for him, I want this points line here. I think he'll definitely get us 20 points. He's only gone over this twice in the head-to-heads, but if you look at the minutes, they don't tell the whole story here. Yeah, sure, he had a bad game, but this is a while back. This is 2022. And then once he got that minutes boost, he's almost gone over this every single time. He just 0.5'd it one time last year, but this year he's gone over it every single time. And it's Kobe White. I mean, the dude's a stud for sure. Yeah, like I said, he gets a ton of minutes too. He's like Tyrese Maxey. He'll get you 40 minutes, 35 minutes for sure. I think in this game he's gonna get 40 minutes probably. We'll just see how it goes, but I like him to go over his points here. 30th in points allowed to point guards here, giving up 26.7. That's plenty for him to get this done. Over the last two head-to-heads, he's hit this, and over the last two games, he's hit this. He's hit this 3 out of his last 5, so he's heating back up a little bit in points. He dropped 26 on the Knicks, and that was a really tough matchup for him. So with how good he played in both those matchups against the Knicks, I really like him to go over this line here against Atlanta, who kind of just like outscore people. They don't play really good defense at all. And if you look at the points on Daily Grind, they are juiced to go over at a minus 128 and a 52.35% chance to go over. it's pretty much a minus. Like some people have this at a minus 137, a minus 144. So go with your gut, but I feel good about this. His rebounds are his most juice play. I don't know how I feel about him getting rebounds in this game when like you got Vucevic and what's his name, Capella getting all those rebounds and all that work in there, and there's just really tough rebounders coming into this game. So I like his just straight up points. So yeah, that's my 2 plays.
All right, guys, that's the 4 we've got for you for the Daily Show. If you guys want to check out our Discord, we're having a lot of fun in here. And, I feel like in the past, I just noticed like on these videos, I don't want to like give you the misconception that we're just like that. Like sometimes I'll talk about how like we're finding ways to win. We're still having down days in here too sometimes. And for me in particular, my last day or 2 hasn't been as good. It's been some break-even days. Yesterday, I took a loss on the day, so I'm not trying to act like, hey man, we're just always killing it in Discord. Other people in our Discord had a great day yesterday. Some of them did well. Some of them, went 50-50. A lot of guys have been bouncing back with esports plays. I haven't been very active with the esports plays lately. But if you want to come check out our Discord, it's a really fun community. We have a lot of fun in here, and we just keep the vibes positive. And there's just a lot of value to be had just from the community as a resource. Everyone talking about plays all day, everyone looking for the best value. And then as soon as they find it, they put it in the Discord, so we all get to reap the benefits. If you're interested in checking it out, there's a link in the description of the video. It's about 50 cents a day to join. And just go through that link, go up to server subscriptions. Once you subscribe, it's going to unlock all the channels for you. Hop in community chat, let us know you're new. We'll kind of show you around, show you how we do things. But also, if you guys are interested, follow us on our socials. We have all of our socials in the description as well. We're posting plays. We have like some exclusive plays on X that we're doing. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Rumble. It's another platform similar to YouTube. But we have all of our content on there too. So if you're a Rumble user, if you like the free speech platform that they're doing, follow us on Rumble too. We're going to start doing some exclusive content over there. So if you don't have an account yet and you want to get a Rumble account and then follow us on there as well, we're going to have some content. All these videos are on there, but we're going to have some exclusive stuff on there as well in the near future. But we hope you guys enjoy this plan. Thanks again for supporting the channel. We appreciate you guys like liking the video, subscribing, everything you've done to help us grow. We really appreciate you guys. We're looking forward to like really getting after with this playoff run, get into some fantasy football in the near future. So have a good day, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.